Well, we have another sort of smoky day. I was outside a few minutes ago and talking to my neighbor, and he was mentioning how we are at the weather advisory or smoke index or bad weather wind index or whatever it is for air quality is 5. 1 being the best and 10 being the worst. At least that's the way we do it here in Winnipeg. So we are at a smokiness of about halfway to disaster. Anyway, what I wanted to mention though was that yesterday, when I was turning or rolling this little railing here, I don't want to squeeze it too hard, and I want to be careful where I squeeze it or I'm going to change the shape. But when I was rolling it here on this manual, I could have made things a lot easier for myself if I had used something thicker or softer, and it would have rolled a lot easier. Or, as I mentioned, use something smaller. Now the problem is when you use a smaller diameter dowel, like smaller than this, what can happen is your radius is going to change on you the more you press, the harder you press down. So in other words, the radius might be at say 1 centimeter, and then a few millimeters over it changes it to 2 centimeters, and it's just not a nice even curve. So you don't want to be using a dowel a whole lot smaller than you have to, but what you can do is use something softer. So I just wanted to mention that. Also, speaking of yesterday, I did something I have never done before, and that is I made a lettuce soup. I had some romaine lettuce, and I took 2 heads of that and I chopped it up and I put it in my pressure cooker and I put a little bit of allspice in it. And do you know that when you're on a diet, lettuce soup tastes really good? Okay, now let's get into something a little bit more interesting here. I got a comment from one of the viewers, and he was talking about this little mast that we've got going on here, and I'll just reposition everything, and we'll talk about that in a minute here. Now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. In fact, I know I have, but probably not for a few days. And when I'm working at the model table here, I will come and I'll work at it a little bit, and then I will take the camera back to what I call the computer room, and I edit it out, and I'll come back and I'll do a little bit more. And the idea is that it's supposed to keep me, moving around, so I don't become a complete couch potato, or maybe I should say model chair potato. And so I was noticing that, or realizing that, I didn't make it really clear when I was talking about, something softer. So I thought maybe what I should do is demonstrate that. So I've got a piece of scrap railing here from our Bismarck. And by softer, I meant if we take this piece of paper towel here, and if we were to put it underneath this page, the page would not. Now this is probably too soft. It doesn't have to be quite that soft. But the idea is now that we are going to put this right here where it's soft. Now, yesterday I was having pressing so hard. My goodness, what's going on outside there? Anyway, I was pressing so hard that it was actually hurting my fingers. Now, we don't need to put the macro lens on. Now, I shouldn't have to press very hard here, and I'm not. You notice how this is just curling right around? I'm hardly pressing at all. And if I was to press quite hard, it would probably conform to just about the diameter of this dowel. Okay, I think I've demonstrated what I mean by when I'm saying you want to, have something soft. then you can actually use a larger diameter dowel that is closer to the diameter that you want your part to end up to be, and then there's less chance of the radius being bent in an uneven manner. Okay, I think I beat that to death too, didn't I? Yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious. I got my windows open today, don't I? Okay. Now, at the beginning of this episode, I was mentioning how one of the viewers had commented, and I believe he was referring to these little balls on the top, or halfway up the post. But I commented back to him that what's going to happen here is I don't think these are lights. I believe that what this is the base where this antenna is supposed to come down to, and the smaller one, I believe, is where this antenna is supposed to come down. It's kind of hard to see here, but it's just if you look real close and follow the line down to where the arrow comes, it appears that this first one stops here and the second one stops at the big one. At least that's what I'm getting out of it. Unless I'm going to have to enlarge this because I can't see it clearly. But unless this top one is supposed to stop right there at the I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for your comments, by the way, folks. Okay, now how are we going to position our mast so that we can get this piece on it? Obviously, it can't be laying on its back like this. So I'm going to have to maybe use the helping hands again and get it upright. And it could be that this is going to have to be closed up a little bit. It looks like the radius is too big. Oh yeah, that's too big. All right. Okay, now how much are we going to have to make this smaller, and in what direction? Now I know we can just set it on there like that, but I'll just move in just a little closer here. Now I'm pretty sure that the bottom rail is supposed to sit on top of the platform, not sort of hug around the outside of it. So if I make the radius a little smaller, that will allow these back rails here to be against the back edge. So let's just decrease our radius just a little bit here. Okay. Maybe just a little bit more here. Now, can I bend it open from this post? Where's my pointer? We can bend it open from this post and from this post. Well, this one looks pretty much right. So we just have to open this one up and then, yeah, because otherwise if I'm not watching what I'm doing, I'm just going to increase the radius again, but I think that looks about right to me. Now, this is my first time trying this since we readjusted. Now, if you remember, the longer piece of railing goes to the left. Oh, how am I going to straighten that out? You know what? Maybe I'm wasting my time here. Because the reason I'm saying I'm wasting my time is because I want to clean the paint off of this, so that I'll be putting bare photo etch against bare photo etch. But I do believe we got the size right. Yeah, I can see where this will probably be just about perfect. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to go. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take Windex and get rid of the paint that's on here. Yeah, I think we got it just about the right size. And then I'll put it in the ultrasonic cleaner and try and get it as pristine as possible. And that way the CA glue will stick a lot better. Otherwise, we're going to be sticking a painted part, to a bare part. Once again, I'm sort of thinking out loud here. Okay, let's just get it done. I probably didn't need that much. All right. Well, I don't know what I can tell you here, folks, but I got my record button mixed up again. And I wasn't recording when I thought I was, and I was recording when I thought I wasn't. Yeah, and I missed out being able to show you one of the best illustrations, I guess you could call it, of the Tamiya paint being removed by Windex. You could actually just see it melting off. It was just so good. You're going to have to use your imagination. Sorry about that. No, I don't think we need to put this in the paint shaker. All we got to do is just get the residue of the Iwata airbrush cleaner off of there. And I would think that the isopropyl would pretty much do that. Okay, there we are. It's pristine, except for the, I guess, residue of isopropyl. But there's no end to this, is there? Now, a moment ago, I was blowing the isopropyl off with the air thingy here, and I saw what I thought was paint, and I thought that can't be. But what it is it's a little fluffy. Somehow I got a little fluffy on it. I guess it looks like maybe off of the cloth, green cloth here, because it's sort of Yeah, it's kind of an aqua colored. Anyway, there's no end to it, is there? Okay, now this is my smallest paintbrush. Kind of getting it. Seems to be kind of got itself wrapped around there somehow. I wonder how that happened. Well, I guess I'm going to have to get at it from a different angle. Gotta be careful I don't bump it out of focus here. This super macro is so terribly sensitive to distance. Why will that not come off? Well, don't worry, we will get it. Okay, we proved that it won't come off by poking at it with the ends of the bristles of the paintbrush. Now, maybe if I can just carefully hold it down here with the holder downer. I think I got it. Yeah, I did. I got it. Okay. Now, how did that get on there? I'm wondering, was it maybe in that little jar, you know, that I had the isopropyl in, or maybe even the Windex, and it could have been on, you know, it could have been on right from the beginning. Well, it's off now. At least I think it's off. Most of it's off. Okay, here we are, back to where we were almost 2 hours ago. Now, have I gone and spread this apart? Yes, it's too far apart. Now I want to use these ones because they don't slip as bad. Squeeze it together here. Oh, come on. I think they have to be squeezed together just a little bit more. I'm going to do this off camera here. Try not to bend this. Try and get it off of here. It's so hard to let go of. Every time I try to let go of it, oh my goodness, there must be another way to grab hold of this. I'm going to end up with more fluffies on it yet. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Maybe the removing the paint off it was kind of jinxed it or something. Well, let's try it like this. Yeah. Alright, it's... Oh, it was. Okay, see, the problem's going to be now to be able to get the CA. Why can't I get this? Maybe I have to squeeze it together just a little bit more yet? Okay, about 5 minutes has passed here. I don't know if I made it better or worse. I think I made it worse. You know what? I'm going to take a break here, folks. Today's Friday and neighbors coming over for coffee anyway. I've probably driven everybody crazy here with this. I might work on it a bit this evening. We've obviously done enough video of trying to get this on here. So I think what I'm going to do is reshape it, get it just right, get it on here, and glue it down, and then we'll look at it. I don't know if I'm going to do that this evening yet, or if it's going to be tomorrow now. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.